based on the Ten Commandments and what we just talked about, do you think if you were to die today, would you go to heaven or would you go to hell?
I can't go.
Okay.
Say answer that.
You know what they say? God is just, and He's like a judge. And so if He were to judge you on those, you know, we have failed those, all of us have. Right? So, do you know what He has done so that we could go to heaven even though we failed the good person test?
Well, there's a lot of things I don't heard for his religion, okay? Like,
you know about Jesus?
Yeah, because my mother, my uncle, they all in church. And, you know, I can see, I just go back to what I know. You know, my family. Stuff.
What God did is He sent His Son to take our sins so we could go to heaven. And that's basically the salvation message that we're trying to get out on the street and share with people, or you know, maybe remind people.
Dave is one of the guys that Laura and I both went and talked to, and he seemed pretty interested, but yet he didn't know where he was going to go if he were to die today.
While we were talking to Dave, Michael and I kind of got stumped because after I had gotten to whether you'll go to heaven or hell, he said, I don't know. Then we went through the courtroom example and you know how God's a good judge, He has to punish us. He still didn't know whether he'd go to heaven or hell.
Okay, you should have seen Dave by the time Michael and Laura had went through the good person test and things with him. He was really hard saying whether he was going to go to heaven and hell, or hell. And when he finally got to, well, he would go to hell, and then they told him that, you know, he could go to heaven because Jesus died on the cross to save him from his sins and went through that with him. He was very thankful, and we had a Gospel of John, and we told him to open it up to 3:16, and he read it to us. I mean, he was thumbing through it, and we asked if we could pray for anybody in his family or if he had any prayer requests, which he said no. But by the end, he wouldn't hardly talk to us because he was so into the Gospel of John.
His daughter was in the hospital because she was premature. Brad asked him if they could talk about spiritual things, and they said no, not really. And he slowly worked his way into it and started talking about it.
And they started talking about spiritual things, right?
Yeah, they started talking about spiritual things.
Josh was in a conversation for probably 20 minutes, half hour before I showed up, and I thought, well, this is obviously going to be a challenging conversation. And so I hung back and kind of listened for a while. I started interjecting a few things. This guy is very hungry for religion. He wants to know what's right. He definitely is searching. At the same time, he's real hesitant to take a step. And he says, he's all about energy. He says, when I talk to you, I don't sense any evil energy in you. I sense a purity in you. And I really respect that. But if I go talk to a Buddhist monk, I'll probably get the same thing. If I go talk to a Muslim, so I got 5 different guys, 5 different holy books. I don't know, man. I just don't know which one to try. So, at the end of the conversation, he said, you know, I really respect you, and I want to pray for you guys. Will you pray for me? And I said, absolutely. So we'll pray for Zach tonight.